about comics. Let's talk about comics. Let's talk about comics. Let's talk about comics.
Around Bay YouTube, it is Uncblurred, and I got a big box of back issues today. I'm so excited about. If you have not heard, Nucadia Comics, one of the biggest supplier of back issues and great prices. Anyway, Nucadia has, I believe it sold and it changed its name to Comic Source. So I went and checked out the website. It is still the same great deals, great service, fast shipping, but with a much more user-friendly website. The old Nucadia.com was just almost a nightmare. The only thing that made it worth it was the great prices. But you had to really work to find them issues and get them in your cart. But now with Comic Source, the deals are still amazing and the website is so much more user friendly. So let's get into it. I've been getting into a lot of 90s stuff. So I got a bunch of older back issues, I think from Image Comics and other eras. And so we're going to see what we got here. We got a big box. And one surprising thing happened. If you do a lot of shipping, you will know that a lot of times it feels like you are not priority and your order is put on the back burner. But with Comic Source, they were a day later than expected. So what they did, since they were one day later processing than expected, which I didn't even notice, they took the shipping off of my price, completely refunded it. So because they were late one day with processing, they gave me free shipping. That is insane. And as you can see, the comics are pretty secure in this box here. Alright, we got the big receipt here. We got a lot of back issues because, like I said, there were some real good prices. Comics as low as, 50 cents. Real good, pricey back issues at great prices. We got the box. We got bubble wrap inside of the box. And everything is individually bagged and boarded. And I think this is just a filler box. Yeah, it's just a filler box. Alright, so let's get into it, starting with a very cool crossover from Crusade Comics and Marvel Comics. She and Wolverine crossover. If you're not familiar with she means death in Japanese. She is part of ancient clan of assassins, I believe the Shohai, and she is half American, half Japanese, trying to find her way in both worlds when both kind of reject her. Very, very great character, and teaming up with Wolverine, you gotta love it. This is from, what year is this from? The year 2000, over 26 years old, and it still looks brand new. So I am excited to get into this. Next, we have one of my favorites, Vampirella and Vampirella Strikes. This is a Harris Comics. I love Harris era Vampirella, usually one-shot stories. Uh, this the Vampirella we're not getting now from Dynamite Comics with Christopher Priest at the helm. She's a good guy, fights, vampires, trying to make up for her mother's, past. Very good stuff. I'm excited about this. I think I have, yes, I have a Harris Vampirella Strikes framed right behind me. That's the cover that's right above the Sasquatch sign. So you know that I'm not just talking right here. I actually have in my living room 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Vampirella covers displayed. Next, from Harris Comics, and that was a #1 issue, by the way. Vampirella Strikes #1. This is Harris Comics' Vengeance of Vampirella, #6. I love these Harris covers too. There's a certain dark aesthetic to them that I really dig. Okay, and then we have from Image Comics a crossover between Wetworks and Vampirella. And this is a #1 issue. Yeah, this is Harris Comics era Vampirella as an Image. Alright, next from Crusade Comics, we got a few issues of She. And it's cool too. They put a tag on the back that lets you know what's going on with it, as well. Are there tears? Or the on the inside pages how they look? Gives you. Oh, lost my microphone here. Let's get this back on here. Here we go. But it gives you the rundown of the condition of the book and what the book is. This is a virgin cover, so I'm going to take it out to see. I think this is #1 of She, the series. Let's see. Yeah, this is the She, the Way of the Warrior Fan Appreciation Edition #1. Alright, we have next She, #2 from Crusade Comics. And then we have, okay, this is an accident, but a happy accident. I'll gift one to a friend. We have 2 copies of She, the series #3 from Crusade Comics. I'll give this to my friend Mary. She loves this aesthetic. I actually had a couple of extra copies of I think 7 and 8, and she really loved the aesthetic of the covers. So I'm definitely going to be giving her one of these. Yeah, it's kind of like an 80s style aesthetic. I don't know how to describe it, but this is a book that even if you don't enjoy reading it, you can hang it up and frame it as a piece of art. But I read them. I'm a reader, so that's what I'm gonna do. And then this is She, the series #4 from Crusade Comics. Yeah, I'm excited because I was gifted a lot of the later run of this series. I think 6 through 12. So now I get to catch up a little bit. And we have She, the series #5, also from Crusade Comics. And so we're coming down to the end. We have Vampirella, Dangerous Games from Harris Comics, #1 of 2. That is a spectacular cover. My goodness. The shading, the detail. That might go up on the wall. But this is why I love Harris era Vampirella. Okay, and then we have Harris Comics, Vampirella Revelations, #0. It was only 25 cents at the time of release. Must have been some kind of special. And then we have another crossover, Razor and She special. And this is London Night Studios, and I'm pretty sure Crusade is involved in this as well. Let me get out the plastic here. I am not seeing. Yeah, this is from 1994. I'm not seeing any Crusade comics on here. But one cool thing about this is it is completely black and white. And it has that pulpy 80s paper from the, yeah, very cool. And very, very violent stuff. So let's take a look at that tag and see how accurate it is here. You can see some yellowing of the pages here. Let's see if they have that marked on the actual tag on the back. So it says tears at staple, no. Inside pages, white. Okay, there is a little yellowing. That could be nitpicking, but I think they could have notated that a little bit. But that is me nitpicking. Overall, I am so stoked with this order from Comic Source. I mean, all of these books for around $20, no shipping. That's crazy. We got how many books? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 books at a great price. Check them out, comicsource.com. You can still find them under Nucadia, but they are indeed a new company. I hope you guys dug this extra unboxing, getting into some back issues. I'm going to be spending my days catching up on this. Going back, it's kind of a nice break from the current stuff. And the stories back then, like I said, they were more focused on the actual putting a lot of words in the book, a lot of story in the book. And you didn't have to buy 4 or 5 books to get a complete story. And so while I am a big comic fan of the modern stuff, I really do love the stuff from the 90s and the early 2000s. So I am excited about that. Let me know what you guys think. What is your favorite 90s comics? Let me know in the comments down below. If you like what you saw and you want to contribute to the growth of this channel, you can do so financially by buying me a coffee with the QR code on the screen. But the most important thing you could do is watch, like, subscribe, and maybe share. And most importantly, keep reading them books. I'm out.